So for this session, it's going to be about half an hour. I'm going to leave some opportunity for questions towards the end. But we're going to go over the new website, the look and feel. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the launch is going to go, what to expect. A couple things to share with your community that will help make it a smooth transition. And talk a little bit about the sponsorship opportunities, and then that's it. So again, if you want to ask a question, the chat box is there, and that would be really helpful. And if I can, and I'm going to try to, like I said, I'm going to leave time to answer questions at the end. So, okay. So this is sort of look and feel the new website. What all of you are probably most familiar with on the current website that you have right now. You have the banner ads there, and right now you're looking at the newer banner ad. This is the leaderboard for all of your sites right now. It's the one right underneath your heading banner. These sites were designed to first of all to make them much more modern, new look and feel, add some features, feature the logo, but not have the banner take up so much real estate on your athletic site, because everything else, all the content, all the reasons that the parents and community come to your site, it just took up too much space, the banner. So this is a more intelligently designed, we hope, and more modernly designed site. Few changes off the bat. One of the things that we did, you'll see news and announcements featured at the top. This was so that athletic directors' announcements and administration, any announcements coming out of the administration would be featured and very visible for all your parents to see. You'll remember that on the old sites or on your current sites, headlines was actually below the fold. So people didn't really see, game results right away. You had to scroll down to see what was going on. So we actually combined the news and announcement section with headlines. One of the things that we aren't able to see on this live site, on the Oswego site right now, is the scrolling scores at the top. That's another feature that we're excited about. It's featured at the top, but it doesn't take up too much real estate. But again, it's to get that, the reason why people visit your sites, or the primary reasons, to hear from you, make sure they're not missing anything, and to check up on scores and results. So those are the most common reasons for your site. So we wanted to feature those at the top. One of the other pieces of feedback that we heard quite frequently from our athletic directors is that they want the Twitter feed to be above the fold as well. Many of you are active in Twitter, and it's a main source of communication out to your parents. So you'll see that we have your Twitter feed quite featured on your site. So you can, and parents can come to the site and they can actually scroll within the Twitter phone or within the Twitter feed on your website, which does a couple things. One, it allows them to have one place to go for information. Even if you tweet something and you don't post it in announcements, they'll see it featured in the Twitter feed. And they don't actually, since they can scroll, they don't actually have to go into Twitter to see the message. They can go into Twitter. They can log into Twitter if they want to comment or see the questions. But many times people just want to see and read what's going on from the athletic office. So this is nice and featured. News and announcements are featured. One of the things I want to show you that we're excited about, and that we think that it makes a lot of sense for all of you to use a little more frequently now, is the urgent announcements feature. So I'm going to refresh the Oswego page. And you'll notice that instead of the pink urgent announcement that shifts all your content on your site down currently on your old sites, This is the format for urgent announcements. So in control panel, when you go in and you click it, check the box as urgent, this is what's going to show up. So I would actually recommend for most of your announcements, if you want it to show up in this format as a notification, this is a great tool for you to use. You'll see the parents have the option of either Xing out. If they X out, this message will pop up again the next time they enter your website. If they say, okay, don't show again, this message is not going to show up again. But it will be in the news and announcements section. So you'll see athletic parent, you can see in the grayed out athletic parent meeting set for August 19th, and it's right here. Okay, so even if they click those, okay, don't show again, all that means is that it's not going to pop up again. Now, Oswego has multiple urgent announcements. So you're going to see they've got one after the other. And this is how it all plays out. So again, parents can click, okay, don't show again. I got that one. I feel good. And if you're like me, I will most likely not click, okay, don't show again, because I need to remember and I need reminders for a lot of this stuff. So, so play around with that tool. That I think that's going to be a great one for all of you. This is the new navigation bar. Before it was horizontal and it just had tabs. This is a dynamic navigation bar. Anytime you click on your logo, it will take you back to the home page, and it will take parents back to the home page. You can actually X out of the navigation so that parents can actually see all the content, and then you have this hamburger menu that is collapsible. If you want the menu back, you click on that. Navigating to athletics is a little bit more straightforward. So instead of having all of the activities listed underneath athletics, you're gonna, click on these filters, and then they'll go to levels, and you can see, and then you can get specifically to the team page, where you'll have the team, that team's schedule, photos, the team roster. If you use us for registration, your roster will be visible here. And of course, we don't have a whole lot of rosters right now to feature, but that will show up there. Team resources, all of these links and all these sections should be familiar to you, since it's all the same in control panel. So we did not change really anything in control panel. We added these new front end features, but we are doing some enhancements on control panel this year, but we wanted to keep this really simple for you, and to have that really valuable content be featured just in a more well-designed and easy to navigate way for your school community. Activities is the same way. If you go to your calendar, this is the look and feel of your calendar. Again, really similar feedback on the calendar has always been, we love the functionality of the calendar. We don't want you to change it. The only thing we did was make it a little bit easier to navigate and to read. You still have the features and filters. If you go into a date, you'll see the events for that date. You can click in and you can look at the detail for that particular event as well. So same features. One of the other things I want to show you, for those of you that use the Community Value app as a fundraiser, one of the things that we added, we received feedback that, as many of you know, we give parents the opportunity to purchase your Community Value app, your coupon app, through the registration process if they want. But for those of you that don't use registration with us, there's no real integrated way for your parents to purchase the app. For those of you that do use us for registration, this was another way to get it in front of your school community. So you'll see there's a support section, and anyone can click on the button here to get your community value app. Just a reminder, it's a coupon app with national and local deals, thousands of national and local deals that follow you. It's geo-specific, so wherever you go, the deals follow you. And then they can put in their billing and they purchase it on this page, and the app will go immediately to their phone. And it's, in this case, it's the Oswego High School Community Value app. And those funds are remitted back to you as a fundraiser. Just a quick example, you get $15 of every $25 app. So, 200 apps at your school is all of a sudden $3,000 for your programs. So I know that there's a lot of fundraising that needs to happen for some teams, for some departments, and this is a wonderful way it's a very hands-off way to do it, which is nice. It's supplemental, so you can do all the other programs in addition, and this is sort of more of a passive fundraiser. Or if you want it to be an active fundraiser, we have some really easy ways to make the most of that program. Schedule, you'll see that schedules can pop out this way, and you can, if you go into, same thing, you click into an event and it gives you the event detail in a similar format as before. One of the things, so you'll notice right now on this site, we have these blue bars. This is an ad. This would be an ad. And then at the bottom, you have an ad right there. They're similar to this one at the top. And our team, if you selected option 3, which is you prefer for 8 to 18 to sell these ads per usual, no additional cost to you. You continue to get 20% back on all proceeds for these ads. I'm going to dive into the interstitial details in just a minute. But I do want to stop there. If any of you have any questions about what I just kind of covered, I'll give you a sec to hop in the chat box. And then otherwise I'm going to pull up give you an idea of what the interstitial looks like. Additionally, oh, great. Oh, great question. So will the web address change with the new site? No, it's going to be exactly the same. So the only difference for your parents will be they're going to go to your website, and instead of the old site, they're going to see the new. Is there a way to view the team schedule in the list format instead of horizontal? Yes. And printer friendly. Great questions. Yes. So the schedules, let me see if I'm gonna hop into one for now. So, and that's actually a very appropriate question. One of the things that we're finishing up right now is the printing format. So for now, I know on your old on your current website, you can print it like a full calendar. And right now, this is what what it looks like. It's a list schedule. It will be in a calendar format. So I just want to assure everyone of that. So that's actually one of the changes that we're wrapping up right now. So And the same is true for the team pages. So you'll have that ability. And then for those of you who use Gipper, the social media, the graphics creation platform for school athletics, obviously right now there's a share function that goes to your Twitter feed. So anything you create in Gipper is going to show up on your Twitter feed. But additionally, we're working on an integration right now that will allow you to actually share anything that you create in Gipper directly to this homepage and to be part of the scrolling photo gallery. So that's something we're really excited about, because you can put some game day graphics we can create them in Gipper, and then you can share them the same way that you share it with Twitter. You can share it to your 8-18 athletics site. It's not completed yet, but that will be one additional kind of fun integration that'll be easier for you. Printer-friendly schedule that shows the details of the events, start times, location, and opponent. Yes, all that. So all the pertinent details that that's on the printer-friendly format for your old sites, on your current sites, that'll be the same for this. I know that many of you print out your schedules and give them to your coaches, or the coaches print them out, give it to the team. But yes, so those details will be included. Great questions. Anything else right now? Okay. All right, I'm just going to pull up this bar here. This one too. Okay. You guys will all get you'll have a copy of this available to you if you want it, but essentially I just wanted to give you an idea of what the interstitial really looks like. Trying to push this down. Okay. So for those of you that do have sponsors, I know that many of you had the conversation with your account manager about the new interstitial ad on your site, which is meant to be, first and foremost, a really wonderful opportunity for your sponsors. So if you do have sponsors and you think that this is something that they would want to take advantage of, please let us know, or reach out to them and have them contact us. Or if you'd like to just send a list of your sponsors and contacts, or whatever way you'd like us to do it, you can send it to me directly, and I'll put it in the hands of your account manager. Unless you had a conversation with your account manager, you can send it directly to them. Because what we expect is that once the sites launch and the interstitials launch, which will probably happen in a couple weeks after the site launch, these spots will become very appealing and intriguing for people who want to advertise their business on your site, and supporters of your school. And so we want to make sure that they get an opportunity. We are obviously much less familiar with the businesses that support your schools. So any information about that, we want to do this the right way, and give them first crack at purchasing these sponsorship spots. So this is what it's going to look like. For now, it's really just a stagnant ad that they can click. Anyone viewing your site would just click the X to enter your website. There are 4 of these spots available total. So again, we want to make sure that goes to right of first refusal to those that support your school. These are some details about it. We have a frequency set so that it's not doesn't feel like your parents are being spammed. So once they X out of the ad and enter the website, if they are visiting the website, or they go out and they log back in, or they try to visit your site again, 5 minutes later, it's not going to pop up. We have a frequency of every 10 minutes. It doesn't pop up every 10 minutes. It just means that anytime before 0 and 10 minutes that they are, want to enter your site, it's not going to pop up again. It will after 10 minutes. I also want to mention that for this spot, this is also maybe something that your boosters may have interest in using, and for concessions or for other things along those lines. So again, if it's something that you're interested in, let us know. Banner ads is something that you're all familiar with at this point. I showed you what it looks like on the Oswego site, but you'll see they're 970 by 90, which is a standard ad size. And it would go here. There's 4 rotating spots for each of the 4 spots on the site. So it's a quarter share of voice for those ads. One of the things that we're very excited about is that this site is completely mobile friendly and mobile optimized. So you'll see when a parent goes on it, and I'm sure if you've tested it on your phone, the menu is very easy to navigate. The options are very easy, and the navigation is very easy, and it's all big and it's not minuscule. So you don't have to scroll in to see and read what's on your website. And so the same is true for the advertising opportunities. They're more efficient and streamlined, and they're more in line with what Google standards are, so that we can get some more activity and send those funds back to your school. Okay, so that is it on the interstitials, and just a quick overview of the site. One of the things that I promised a lot of our schools is that we are going to send you some messaging to introduce suggested messaging that you can use to introduce the site to your community. And we recommend doing that in the form of an urgent announcement. So just like I showed you with the Oswego site, we recommend putting a welcome message, and hey, we're excited, this is our new site, and in the form of an urgent notification. So one of the other things that we recommend is, if you do use us for registration, or regardless actually of the registration platform that you use, we recommend including that link in the urgent announcement, so that parents, if they're just going to register their student for one of your sports, that it's front and center for them to just link to it and go to the registration platform. So you will receive that suggested messaging from us. However, you don't have to use it. We do strongly recommend putting in a message so the parents, when they enter your site, they know they're in the right place. They've been used to seeing the same thing for a while if they're not a new parent. So this would just say, oh, okay, this is the new website, and then they X out, and then they're viewing the site. The urgent announcements pop up very similarly in a really easy to read way on your phone as well. So so that's it. We're really excited, and we hope you guys are as well, because I know that there's lots going on. Any other questions? We got about 5 minutes left, but happy to answer any other questions that you guys have. The timeline, yes. So we are hoping we have a couple states that have a smaller number of sites. We're looking actually at rolling those out this weekend, and the rest should be launching within the week. You will get a notification, an email from me So if I'm, going into your spam or anything like that, you guys are all here in this training, so hopefully my emails are going through. But I am going to send you an email announcement, letting you know, hey, your site's about to launch within, 24 to 48 hours. And then I'll have that suggested messaging in there. I'm also going to have, a list of some of the new features that I just went through. So parents, you can send that, you can email that to your entire school community if you'd like. You can include it in the welcome message. It's up to you, but you are going to get a notification from me before it launches, probably about 24 hours to 48 hours before it launches. And I'll have it in caps in the subject line so that you can see it and have a heads up. All right, and then there's a question about the ads, about what sort of pricing. So if any of you are interested in, for example, option one, and if the account managers, if you didn't get a chance to go through this with the account managers, option one is the school purchasing the interstitials, which those 4 pop-ups, for a wholesale price, so a very low price, and then reselling them to sponsors. And we also have language and resources that you can use to just fire off to your sponsors to say, hey, want to let you know we have these spots available, wanted to give you a first crack at them. There's only 4. Here's what we're charging. So for, small schools with small enrollment, where there isn't as much traffic, those sites, those sponsorship spots, you could probably resell them for anywhere from, I don't know, $600 to $1,000 a piece, for the year, all the way to, the bigger schools where, you could resell them for between $1,000 and $2,000 a spot per year, maybe more depending. You can also roll them into your own packaging, but essentially there's I think between a 40 and 60% margin if you do that. So we're actually, sorry, much more than that. I think it's like times, at least 100%, like 150% margin or something similar. So really great opportunity for you to have ownership of what you have in your site, and then and get some great fundraising dollars out of it as well. And then also, provide something that offers your sponsors some really great exposure. At least this year, those are sort of some introductory suggestions of pricing. I think probably next year, especially, you could go even up from that, depending on your relationship with your sponsors and the traffic on your site. Okay. Anything else? Wait 1 more minute. Okay, great. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, the banner ads, that's an add-on as well. So, it's something you can offer your sponsors, the interstitial, the pop-up, but the banner ads are also, it's a wonderful thing if they have their sponsor spot, their interstitial, and then you enter the site and you also see their logo or message on your website. So there's some multi-tiered ways to offer things to your sponsors. Additionally, if you do sell those 4 sites, and there are other sponsors that want to get that sort of exposure, you can offer them the banner ads, and they can kind of be in queue to be featured in the pop-up at some other time. And then of course you can adjust your pricing based on the demand from your sponsors. So, but this is just a good launch point, get for your best supporters up there. And we're here to help you. So if you have any questions, or if you want some guidance or support from me or your account manager, that's what we're here for. So just let us know. Okay, thank you guys so much. Good luck. I know you have a lot on your plates right now with fall sports starting up, and wishing you all the best. Let me know if you need anything.